Hi guys, so this is Gen Z podcast and we have Jane today with us. So hi Jane, how are you?
Yeah, bro, I'm fine. So, what about you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How was the day?
Yeah, it was awesome. Today I got vaccination, so I feel a little
Okay,
drowsy.
awesome, good. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel like a little bit drowsy. So, I had a
Yeah, take
pain.
rest too. Okay,
Yeah.
I know. I had a feeling I had a really bad headache and fever as well. And that it will be really hectic. Yeah,
So, how was your weekend, bro? Like, uh, do you have any plans for the weekend?
no, just my friend had a birthday, so we went out with the, you know, we were there too. So it's nice. It was nice. So what about you? How was your weekend?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, yesterday, yesterday's my birthday, so I had a good time with my
Okay.
family.
Okay. So, are you going to tell about the topic or can I?
Yeah, like usual stuff, like intro.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, in this week's podcast topic, we are going to discuss about how an internship plays an important role in a student's life and how important it is to have and do an internship at a college and at the college as a freshman as well as a sophomore year. It doesn't matter how much important it is for a college student. So, Jay, what do you think about the current college student scenario? Most of them are not doing. I mean, a lot of them are not doing internships in the college. Like, what do you think about that? What is your point of view?
So yeah, like as of now, like every college now, like they are focusing on the placements. Like everyone on mindset, like we're not entering college, everyone like place like one thing in the mind, like we should get in some kind of good company's placement. But like no one is like understanding the importance and value of the getting internships. So
Yeah,
like even like yeah.
yeah. As you said, most of them are only focus minded on placements and all. They are forgetting on main thing. If you do an internship, you will get inner working of our company work, so you'll be better adapted when you go directly into a placement. I mean, as you know that in Bangalore, almost all engineering college students are mandating internship in the third year. I think, right?
Yeah.
So I think it is lacking in our Tamil Nadu. I mean, mainly in southern part of India, the
So
college
even
should
like
mandate.
one of my friends is like intern, like she's studying at Bangalore RV Engineering College. So
Yeah,
they have like separate placements for the internship. So when the students like enter into ODL, they have like separate placements, companies coming and picking students for internships. So like we cannot blame only college. So even students like they need to like start their like exploring how to get internships in India surroundings. So even like as you know, because of pandemic, everyone is like work from home. Like it's easy for students to get internships. So
internship.
compared to before.
Yes, but it isn't a problem. It isn't the mistake of a student. I think because most of the time it is the responsibility of a college or the government to properly you know teach them and how to promote the idea of internship and how important it is to do it because most of the problems they are saying in engineering student is they don't have the practical industrial experience or practical applications. They're just theoretical math books or nerds who are just reading books. They can't do it. You can only solve it by doing it. So how to do it? By going to internship and doing. For every engineering department there is an internship available. No, relative to CS, some are relatively harder and rarer to get because there isn't much mechanical internship or electrical internship, but it is still there. You can try, right? I
Yeah,
think it
like
is.
even like I've seen students like no one like everyone like except for payment low. Even you can try for like unpaid internships. So you get like some exposure over there. Like after an experience, like you can apply those things like when you're selecting for huge companies like placements. So
Yeah,
like even like major like one point like all no like no internship companies are looking for like pro students. They just want basic levels. So when you're applying for it, like if you have, like, for example, if you're a person like looking for Android of internship, like if you know basic idea of Android, you can apply for it. Guys. So like it's not about like you should be provided stuff. It's all about basic things.
it is also a mindset of the students there that they are thinking almost they need a good knowledge to do an internship. It's not like that. When we first tried for a first internship, we almost didn't know anything about the working of company. But we uh, applied for it. We got the internship and we learn as the journey progresses. So you can learn by doing the internship, guys. So it is not about not knowing anything so that I'm not going to apply for internship. It's not like that, right?
Yeah, like can you share your first experience, bro? Like you got an internship at 3G, right? So I did research work. So
Yeah,
like, can you share your experience? Like, how did you get internships? So it will be better for
yeah.
the student.
Yeah, okay, I tried. We applied for the 3G IRPS internship. They are mostly they were going to go into tech as well as enabling students kind of business. So they are, but what good they did was they teach us for a couple of days, I think, right, about the working of company and how the changes are presently and how the company transitions into the current era and how helpful for the students it will be. So they did that. So it was really, gave us a agenda. So it helped us how what to do and how to help them, and and also how to improve ourselves. So it was a
Yeah,
nice experience.
like we even we can learn the culture of the IT industry. So it's a good like when you start internship college, you get like adopt to those cultures. So when you go for placements, like it will be good for you like to like get settled as much as possible. So like before, like I guess like before companies they used to give training for students after the placement, like 6 months training. So instead of 6 months, like if you get a good internship, so like you can like skip the training and you can start your work as soon as possible, right? So
Yeah.
there's a benefit of internship.
Benefit of the also, if you're trying to do MS directly after finishing a bachelor's degree, if you're having an internship, it also boosts your resume so much. So you don't have to work for 1 or 2 years at a menial job so that you want to boost your resume for something like that. Because most of the working professionals I are seeing who works for just 1 or 2 years to just boost their resume so that they would get a admits into a really good college. But if you do the internships at the college itself, you don't need to do. You can directly do MS from bachelor's itself, right?
Yeah. Yes, guys. So doing internship, you have like like numerous terms of benefits. Like you will get a good experience before applying to the placement. So before getting the real job. So like one more thing, like don't like aim for startups, right? So like I have seen students like they will be aiming for like top MNs like Google and Microsoft internships. So like don't aim for like stars, guys. Just aim for like small fruits so that like you'll get a good exposure in startups. So like why aren't there startups like in startup you will be working on like real projects, so real life projects, whereas you will be learning like new type of culture over there, even like if there are new colleagues over there where you can use the contacts for whenever you want in future. So aim for the startups, guys. So I have some students like yeah, even I'm not sure know that the students are aiming for huge companies. So instead of that, they can focus on startups.
Yeah,
So what's your
I yeah, bro. I mean, almost every startup is offering at least, I mean, they're offering unpaid internship, but it doesn't matter, because whatever you're going to learn, if you're doing an internship, you will learn more from a startup than you are going to learn from a Google or a Microsoft, that kind of companies and all. Because in Google and Microsoft, as my uh, understanding, they would expect you to work directly. I mean, at start itself, so you don't have any much time to learn at all. So if you're working in a startup, there will be time for communication, collaboration, and all. It will be a good atmosphere to have.
Yeah, so I get those points, guys. So like you'll get a great experience when you work for a startup. So especially as an intern, like I'm not saying a full time. As an intern, like you'll get like limited amount of hours of time, whereas you'll get in that hours you'll be like working on like large amount of works over there. So it'll be a good exposure for you. So like as I said before, like you don't need to be pro at some stuff. So you just like matter of the basic stuff. So if I have basic stuff in the particular domain, you can start applying, guys. So Arunachal, can you share a few like tips like how can a student start applying for internships? Like what are things they need to be keep in
Yeah,
mind when
there
start?
are tons of internship opportunities available through LinkedIn, and some are available through Internshala. Lot of internships are available through. If you check for official sites itself, Bharati Airtel is offering internship opportunities. Spread is offering internship for Hotstar. There are really lots of companies offering internship opportunities. If you have some friends or relatives who are working in an IT company, you can ask through them. They might provide you recommendations so that you might get a good internship opportunities. Getting an internship opportunities is really easy, but the main problem is most of the people don't know that. They think getting an internship is a big job, big kind of deal. That's the problem right now. So no, that is the issue we need to deal with it.
Even like I feel like these are the CSI clubs, IEEE club, they can like start awareness programs in college, like have some startups clubs over there, like where the students can offer like apply for internships by providing some awareness programs. So as like third tier college, like they won't have these kind of opportunities. So it will be good like when these companies come forward and start this kind of institutes, so the students can get to know like things to be like what are things necessary for applying internships in the college life. So this is a point I
Yeah,
want to add.
as you said, there should be a club or a committee really dedicated for this, because as we discussed before, doing an internship in a college is during your college years is really important because it molds your character, and you'll gain a lot of knowledge from doing internship. But most of the colleges are not good identifying the issues or the problems that students are facing. I think there are really various factors factoring into it. But besides that, the students need to take the front gear, I mean front seat.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
students
like
take a front seat, nothing can be changed.
yeah, as individual person, like they need to be like take care of everything. So yeah. So as guys, so even like when applying, you might be facing some scams. So like we're not going to discuss about scams in this video. We'll make one more podcast on scams, guys.
Yes, we'll be
So
discussing about the scams you might encounter during applying for an internship. We'll be discussing about that in our next video. So this is all for the this week's podcast, guys. So have fun, be safe, and as soon as get vaccinated, it doesn't matter if it's COVID Shield or Covaxin or Pfizer vaccine. It doesn't matter. Get vaccinated as soon as possible. Be safe and keep your family and friends safe. That's it. Anything to
yes,
add, Jain?
guys. So nothing as much as be safe, guys. Take care of family. So as times comes, just like we couldn't able to shoot this podcast now, guys. So like we have like much more events coming on the way, guys. So that's it for this podcast, guys. We'll meet you soon.
Thank you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.